Welcome back to 1011 this morning. In a trauma situation, controlling bleeding is the difference between life and death. A person can bleed to death in just 5 minutes. Heather Talbott is the trauma program manager at Bryan West. She teaches the Stop the Bleed program. Heather, thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Let's jump right into it. A little bit of training for Brad on Stop the Bleed.
Oh, you're not being trained?
I'm going to supervise.
Oh, okay. You're going to supervise.
All right, Brad. Well, this is
Okay.
a combat application tourniquet. We call it a CAT tourniquet. This is what our soldiers use.
Okay.
Super simple. I'm going to have you do that, and I'm going to walk you through it.
All right.
It is kind of like an airline seatbelt.
Okay.
So you have Velcro, and you're going to put that on the limb. So if this is our wound, you don't have to take it all the way
all the way out.
apart.
Oh, boy. Precious time is going away now.
Yep.
Okay.
And you got to remember that adrenaline is going.
That's right.
And you're just
So-
going to secure that.
All right.
Perfect.
Now, how tight do you do it? You always hear that you're supposed to be tight, but not too tight, right?
Well, this part you just want it to be firm because
Okay.
this is the windlass clasp, and this is what's going to tighten it up and actually confirm and stop that bleeding
Okay.
down.
All
How
right.
close to the wound are you getting with the tourniquet?
You know, we teach, it's a public class for, somebody who hasn't been through any training as far as medical education. So we teach just right above the wound.
Okay.
I've heard 2 inches above, I've heard everything, but we just say above the wound.
Okay.
All right.
Now what you're going to do is you are going to take this windlass clasp and you are going to tighten it. It's usually 3 to 4 turns. And that's
This way?
Yep.
Clockwise?
And that's going to give you equal pressure all the way around that limb, whether it's the arm or the leg.
I lost count. Shelby, how many times have I done it
There's
now?
2.
Okay.
Is it feeling tight?
It's feeling pretty tight. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And then you're going to put it right into this,
Okay.
lock it in there,
Lock it in there.
and if the bleeding stopped, you've saved a life.
All right.
And now this is something that you would do, keep it there until the medical professionals arrive and take over further?
Absolutely. Yep. Wait until EMS gets there or a physician.
Now, these are so incredible. You said the goal is to have them kind of by every AED. We talk a lot about the importance of CPR and AED training, but this is another training that we really need to be going through.
Absolutely. They're calling Stop the Bleed the CPR of the 21st century. So you're seeing high schools on the East and West Coast starting to make this mandatory for their students before they graduate. We've educated a lot of students here in Lincoln and throughout the state, and so we're continuing to offer this free education.
Something else, not just in buildings, but Heather brought up keeping it in your glove compartment box so that it's
Yeah,
always
okay.
with you if you happen upon a crash, someone who needs medical attention.
Okay, so I guess I have 2 questions. One, where can you get some of these? But what if you don't have one of these? I mean, does it go to the belt or something, a string or something like that? I mean, what do you do?
That's a great question. So to get one of these, I was telling Shelby earlier, you want to make sure you get a reputable vendor. It's a global initiative now, so a lot of vendors are coming out and trying to make money. So we use only what our military uses.
Okay.
So if you go to bleedingcontrol.org, that is monitored by the American College of Surgeons, the Hartford Consensus that put this together, and they can find a trauma kit. If you don't have a tourniquet's going to be $21 to $25, depending on how many you buy. A belt is great. My thing is, it's better to be safe than sorry. Give up a week's worth of Starbucks, get a tourniquet. Hopefully you never have to use it. What if that belt breaks?
Heather, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for bringing this out.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more 1011 this morning.